Talking with people with music in their genes, their blood, and in their soul. You are watching Musical Interlude. Hi, welcome to Musical Interlude. I'm your host, Casey Bell. Musical Interlude is a show where I get to interview people who work in the music business. This is the first episode. Today's guest, he is the artist, got his start singing in church as well as singing in the school choir. Come along with me as we go through his music journey. He is the Artist is an American Christian singer-songwriter from Central Islip, New York. Formerly a secular neo-soul singer signed to Bentley Records under his biological name Lehman Bassey, He is the Artist discovered that his true calling was with the Lord after hearing an inspiring sermon by T.D. Jakes online one day. That day he was inspired to teach the world about the Lord like T.D. Jakes did with his sermon, but through music. His single Boom, remastered, hit #1 on the Christian gospel charts in South Africa. New EP Roots drops on November 27th. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome He is the Artist. What was your earliest memory of getting into music and realizing you had some type of musical talent?
Well, I started out singing in the choir. I'm big in church, but actually, probably in high school. So I basically started in high school. My concert choir teacher, Mr. Anthony, he was a wonderful choir director. Really got on us and really had us singing, and I really enjoyed it. He was definitely a big influence in me starting my music career. And actually, that was Central Islip High School. So that was my high school, Elmer Allen.
Okay, and what made you to decide to make this a career, to do it full-time as opposed to just doing it as a hobby?
Well, I was actually discovered online by a local producer. He actually went to my high school, and he actually produced he heard me singing covers online for fun, and then he had me come into a studio, and we made my first single, which was called Honey, and it was very well received, and that really motivated me to keep going, and I got on the radio. That was the first time I got on the radio, and I was so excited, and I just kept putting out EPs from then on.
Okay, so you have a series of songs that is, I guess you can say, in honor or dedicated to Adam and Eve. What inspired you? How did the idea come about to make those songs?
Well, I was first singing very sexualized music, and then I went through a lot of soul searching and went back into the church, and really just I went on a journey. So my song Boom was actually still jazz inspired. My first single Honey was actually smooth jazz inspired, but I wanted to make Christian music that I actually resonated with and that I actually really enjoyed, and that's how that really came about. It's a smooth jazz inspired it's a smooth jazz inspired album, but with a big religious influence to it. And Adam and Eve, it's all about temptation, and I wanted to bring a little bit of myself, my journey with temptation and the whole sexualization thing that I went through musically, and really bring it to life, and to really channel that, and to really bring a story, a cohesive story that actually relates to me in my life, and that can relate to others.
Okay. And are you working on any music right now? Any projects?
Yes. I have an upcoming EP called Roots. It's actually very different than my original one. My brother is very different than Adam and Eve. It's Americana. It's inspired. It has a country influence to it. My single "LANDSLIDE," which is a cover of the Fleetwood Mac song, and it's just very different. It really brings you makes people question about their own roots and about growth, and that's what life is all about. It's all about growth.
Okay, and any advice to anyone out there who has musical talent but is not being encouraged by maybe family and friends to pursue it, any advice you have for them? Encouraging words?
Definitely pray about it and make sure it's really right for you, and make sure that you know it's. And I'm very religious when it comes to those things, and I know that God gives us those gut feelings and those that intuition that when something is right for us, and you have to really go with that, and you have to really find it within yourself. You can't really rely on other people. Honestly, to have a real you have to always rely on yourself and God gives you that intuition for a reason, and he's going to push you no matter what, if you just listen to that gut instinct inside of yourself. And it doesn't have to be with music. It could just be with anything. Just pray about it and just go with your gut instinct, because I don't want people to think that music is the only thing you can do. You can do anything, um, anything in the world, as long as it's okay with you and okay with God and okay with your gut instinct that He gives to you.
Okay, thank you.
And I want people to yes, absolutely, yes. Yes, and
Go
I
ahead.
want people to develop cure for cancer. I want people to just really not just music. There's a lot of other things out there, and just I want people to be leaders. I want people to be presidents. I want people to be all sorts of things in the world, and and you just have to pray about it, and just have to believe that your gut instinct is the right thing, and what God wants you to do.
Well, I ain't afraid of changing, 'cause I build my life around you. The time makes me bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Well, I'm getting older too. Well, I'm getting older. Well, I ain't afraid of changing, 'cause I build my life around you. The time makes me bolder.
Well, that is all the time we have left for this episode of Musical Interlude. Thank you for watching, and I hope you join us again for another episode. Have a wonderful day.